Okay, we'll look at both list operations and list slices, and that lets me get back to 11.4 with where we left off there. So actually, let me talk about slices here first. The notation of the 1 to 3 to get indices 1, 2, 1 and 2, so it just gave B and C and that sort of thing. My question at the end here was, could we get at all of these lists here as a list? And yes, you can, but it is for lists, it's a relatively complicated procedure, and so we won't do it. Now, there's another module that has something like a list, like lists, that they call them arrays, and it's much easier to do what I was talking about there. So so we'll leave that and just say, yeah, no, as far as slices, certainly we can take, we could say print, well, I'll do it up here, print students, and say I just wanted Jess through Zuki. I could say 2 colon, and that would give me 2 to the end, so Jess through Zuki. And let me run that. So Jess, Sarah, and Zuki, and again, I could go from the very beginning up to say Jess, so that would be 0, 1, 2, so I'd need to make it a 3, and that takes me up to Jess right there. And I can get something in between, like if I do the 1 to 3 here, I will get Vusi and Jess, and so I run that, and sure enough, that's what I get, Vusi and Jess. Okay, so that's slices, and then list operations. They just show you can concatenate 2 lists by doing a plus. So we can, I'll have to do a little editing here, but copy that. Where are we? Go here. Get rid of this stuff here. But then, I do their print C, and it did just concatenate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and if I did B plus A, then I would get the 4, 5, 6, and then the 1, 2, 3. And so let's run that. Okay. So, that's interesting. But you can also, instead of just appending or adding the list, concatenating that way, you could do D equals, and if I want to do the list of A 3 times, so 3 times A, and then print D. And that's an interesting one. So the multiplication symbol allows me to take the list and sort of reproduce it within itself there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So those are the 2 operations they mention on these lists. Now we will see some methods we can use to do many more things, but that's coming up. So call that done with those.